There is a saying that as cities grow and technology takes over the world, belief and imagination fail, and so do we. And I think that at the crux of this perceived belief of the effect that technological advancement have on us as a people is the issue of social media and how it is able to actually redefine us and to place an identity on us that is not truly who we are. And so there have been many studies that speak to the reasons why young people are so attracted to social media. But I think that they overlook what the real issue is. And the real issue is a matter of identity, or a search for identity. All right, so what I'm going to do is to paint a picture for you to just show you what social media statistics look like and what they say about youth behavior, right? So the world has approximately 7.2 billion people. And as of January 2014, Facebook actually has 1.4 billion members, right? That is approximately almost one-fifth of humanity. The behavior pattern on social media such as Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram is such that we have a wide user base of young people that are most popular on Facebook. And the percentage for that is actually 24.4% of all users on Facebook. And this is only bested by the 35 to 54-year-olds that have 31.1%. Now, the point that concerns me is that on social media, what takes place is very peculiar, and at times it's a bit different from what happens in real life. On social media, certain type of behavior is encouraged and facilitated. For example, profanity, bullying, and a certain type of peer pressure that forces young people to create a profile that is at times questionable, and it does not in all cases reflect who they really are. And I've been there before. Now, one of the studies that have been done points to the fact that a minuscule 0.1% of the general population of Facebook users do not know privacy policies, nor do they actually use them. And as it relates to young people, this is a whopping 21%. They believe that it is okay to post personal, private information on social media. But what happens is that behind that, there is a case of websites that actually take pictures of young people and post it on pornographic sites unknown to them. And there have been cases of law enforcement in the United States actually arresting teenagers for possession of pornographic material, child pornography, even in cases where the material might even belong to them. Now, let's get to the root of this and address why this takes place. There have been studies that says that young people are searching for acceptance. They are searching for a state and status in life. They are searching for some form of power and control over their own destiny, over their thoughts, over who they think they should be. But I think that is a quest for identity that is the issue. When we do not know who we are, it creates a gap, it creates a lack, it creates a brokenness within us that we so desperately try to fix because we were born to have a certain kind of balance. We were born to possess a certain type of wholeness that when it's missing, we search to fix that and to fill that. And so I believe that as we move from childhood to especially young adulthood, young people are essentially searching to answer the question of who am I and you know, how do I fall into the picture of the entire world? Who can I be? Who can I become? And so they actually sign up to social media thinking that there is a benefit to gain. And yes, there are many benefits to gain from social media, such as you have access to education material, and you can share your hobbies and interests with other people. However, the problem is that there is another side to the picture that many young people overlook. And that side is that the social media actually creates an enabling environment for persons to create a profile of how they should look, how they should talk, what they should be like, who they should be like. And what this does is that it creates an identity crisis. It creates an identity crisis because we are all searching for this thing, and social media is not the answer. Now, there have been studies that have been done by the American Journal of Applied and Development Psychology that says that young people that spend an average of 2 or more hours on social media, such as Facebook, they actually perform worse, 20% worse on their tests. And there have also been studies that have been done to show that employers and college admissions committees actually use social media to gauge who they should accept in their program and who they should employ. And the reaction is very interesting. 61% have reacted negatively to profanity, 54% to poor grammar and spelling, 66% to sexual content, 47% to photos with alcohol. And in terms of employment, 16% of employers have used especially Facebook, and they have decided that, well, we're not going to employ you, we're not going to take you into our place because you seem to have some issues. And the problem is that we are supposed to be able to be who we are. We should be able to be transparent and bold. We should make mistakes, voice our opinions, and we should be able to be correct and incorrect. But the problem is that you cannot be that on social media. You can be that in your private space. But social media can actually cause a certain type of disapproval that permanently damages you and damages your sense of who you are, and even create a box that you feel confined to because the world has said this about me and I think this about myself, and therefore this is who I am. And it can limit you permanently, even though at the time you are just not at that particular place in your life where you're stable and sure in yourself. So I have some solutions, and this starts with a new thinking. Recognize that social media and your friends, they are not you. You know, Eminem is not you, Beyonce is not you, Kim Kardashian is not you. They have their own lives living, and we cannot look on to others to seek validation to be who you are. So change your thinking is the first thing. Next thing is recognize that it's okay to not be at the place where others are at, or at the places where you would actually dream to be, but know that you can get there, and that all you have to do is make goals. Give yourself the chance to grow bit by bit, year by year, because nobody that you admire on social media or anywhere else have ever been perfect. They've struggled, but they don't tell you that they're struggling because they place a certain profile online for you to see, and it is not real. The next thing that you have to do is believe in yourself and give yourself a chance to grow. Now, in doing that, you must know that you'll have some weaknesses, you'll have some strengths, you have a particular past, but that is okay. So slow down, recognize what is taking place on the inside of you, and control that. Control your actions. Decide before you post something, think, will this create a perception on others that is not true? Is this possible to cause others to think something of me that is not true? Is this possible to affect me in the future? And then decide that every action that you take now, that you take today, has something to do with the whole process of your becoming, right? And in doing that, you will soon realize that if you look in the mirror, the person that you're so afraid of people knowing, the person that you feel insecure about, the person who feels like you are not enough, you don't have enough, you haven't achieved enough, you are not strong enough, you're not confident enough, you're not rich enough, you'll soon realize that that person is worth knowing, that person is worth developing, that person is worth a chance to become the true you. Thank you.